Percy and the Breakvan. One day, Percy was standing at the junction. He had a long goods train which he was taking to Teignmouth, but he had to wait for Henry to pass with a passenger train before he could go on. Henry was late, but the sun was warm and Percy didn't mind. At last, Henry arrived. "I'm sorry I'm late," he panted. "I had to wait ages for the connection at the other railway. Do you know," he went on, "that they have goods trains on the other railway that don't have breakvans? It doesn't seem right, does it? You still got yours? I'm glad to see. Ah, there's the signal. I must try and make up a bit more lost time. Goodbye." And he puffed importantly away. Percy told his driver what Henry had said about breakvans. His driver laughed. "Goods trains on the other railway have special brakes," he explained, "like passenger trains, and Henry's flying kipper. They don't need breakvans. Your trucks just have couplings, so they need brakes at each end of the train in case a coupling snaps. You know how stupid trucks are? They did it to James on Gordon's Hill, remember?" "Pooh!" scoffed Percy. "I know how to keep my trucks in order. What's good enough for the other railway is good enough for me. I don't need a stupid brake van." "Don't be silly, Percy," laughed his driver. Percy took no notice. It would have been better if he had. A few days later, Percy was shunting trucks at the harbour near the big station. He was just completing his train by backing onto the brake van when the shunter's attention was distracted. The shunter thought he had coupled the brake van to the train, but he didn't. The guard blew his whistle and Percy set off quickly, hoping to get a run at the hill leading to the main line, but the guard and his brake van were left behind. The guard waved and shouted, but Percy didn't hear. He was too busy climbing the hill. All might have been well if Percy had not started so quickly. Unfortunately, the jerk had weakened one of the couplings. As Percy snorted up the hill, the weight of the loaded trucks dragging behind the weak coupling broke it. The last 4 trucks began to run down the slope towards the harbour. The guard was standing on the veranda of his brake van, and he saw the trucks coming. Quickly ran to his brake handle and checked that it is fully on. Then he jumped clear. He was just in time. The trucks hit the brake van with a resounding crash. The brake van shattered and was pushed along the line. But somehow, it stayed on the rails and the trucks' mad rush was halted. Meanwhile, Percy's firemen had noticed that they had lost the tail of their train. Percy came slowly back down the hill to see what had happened. "Phew," remarked Percy's driver, as they helped to clean up the mess. "You see, Percy, brake vans do have their uses after all." And Percy had to admit that his driver was right.